All right, so get ready. We're going deep on a real cult classic today.
Yeah.
You know it. The Gate, 1987.
Ooh, nice.
That movie, let's be real, probably messed up a whole generation's feelings about their backyards.
Yeah, I can see that.
Made you think twice before you picked up any weird rocks.
Definitely.
The kind of movie that sticks with you,
Sit.
long after it's over.
For sure.
So it all starts with this super unsettling dream, right?
Okay.
Young
Yeah.
Glenn. He's having this crazy nightmare.
About.
Well, basically everything that's about to happen in the movie.
Huh.
It's like the movie's giving us a little preview of all the craziness that's coming.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. A little sneak peek.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it totally sets the tone right from the start. Kind of like, hey, you think this is bad? Buckle up. It's going to get way worse.
Yeah, I can see that.
Speaking of things getting worse, can we talk about that geode for a second?
Oh, man, the geode. Yeah.
Not every day you find a giant, mysterious rock in your yard.
Nope, not every day.
And it's not just any rock.
Right? It's a geode.
Geodes are already pretty fascinating. They've obviously got those beautiful crystals inside.
Yeah.
And in this movie, that geode becomes kind of a symbol, don't you think?
Yeah, totally. A symbol of hidden potential.
Exactly.
Right.
And not all that potential is good. Kind of like a Pandora's box.
Yeah, exactly. Just waiting to be opened, or I guess unlocked.
And of course, they can't resist. Glenn and his friend Terry. They mess with stuff they clearly don't understand.
Classic horror movie mistake.
Right. They find those weird symbols inside the geode and
Oh.
they read them out loud.
Oh, no. What did I say about classic horror movie mistakes?
Right. You'd think they would have learned
Yeah.
from all those scary stories,
Yeah, don't read the creepy inscription out loud.
But it's that curiosity, that kind of gets them into trouble. It's like they can't help but explore the unknown.
Yeah, and that's what drives a lot of horror, right? That mix of excitement and danger.
Totally. And The Gate does such a good job of mixing those elements together.
Mm-hmm.
Even throws in a little humor here and there. Like, remember that levitation scene?
Oh, yeah, during the party.
Exactly. Like, who hasn't wished they could make someone float in midair, right?
Ah, right.
On the surface, it's just a cool party trick.
Yeah.
But under the surface, it's like this subtle hint.
Oof.
All those supernatural forces that are starting to mess with the kids.
Yeah, it's a good point. It makes you wonder, am I supposed to be laughing or scared right now?
Exactly. It keeps you guessing.
And that keeps you hooked.
It's like the calm before the storm,
Oh, yeah.
Because, let's be real, things go downhill pretty fast from levitation to, well, a demonic dog.
Yeah. Poor Angus. Never had a chance.
Transforming the family pet into a monster.
Classic horror move.
It is. And it works, right? It really gets under your skin.
It says nobody is safe.
Yeah.
Not even the dog.
And it's not just Angus who gets a demonic makeover. Remember the creepy parents?
Ooh, yeah, those fake out parents. So creepy.
Talk about a family reunion from hell. They play on that fear, right? That something's not quite right.
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they look almost human, but something's just off.
Makes it even creepier.
And then you've got Glenn and Terry.
Mm-hmm. Trying to fix everything.
Exactly. Trying to figure out how to close the gate. They even try reading from the dark book, remember?
Oh, yeah. Doesn't go so well.
It backfires big time.
Yeah. Like you think they might have it under control for a second.
Right.
And then, nope. Things just get worse.
Yeah, and the film's pacing is so good at doing that. Giving you those moments of hope and then just yanking them away.
I know. Like you're rooting for them to figure it out.
Exactly. Like when they think they finally closed the gate.
Don't remind me.
Poor Angus gets thrown in. Completing the ritual.
Such a good twist, though.
It is. The audience knows what's happening, but the characters are totally clueless.
Talk about dramatic irony. And then things go from bad to worse, right?
Oh, like way worse. Demons under the bed. The whole house is falling apart. Pure chaos.
And we haven't even gotten to the climax yet. Man, things were getting pretty intense before we left off, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That tension just keeps building and building throughout the movie.
Yeah, sure. It really does a great job of ratcheting up the suspense, I think. By that point, the house has become like this oppressive, claustrophobic place. Like anything could happen.
Totally.
Imagine you're Glenn, stuck in that situation with those demonic forces just closing in on you.
Oh, man, I'd be freaking out.
And the basement scene.
Yeah.
Talk about emphasizing that feeling of being trapped.
Yeah, the basement. Dark, chaotic. Every corner seems to hold some new kind of scary thing.
And then, just when they think they've got Terry back from the edge of, whatever that abyss was,
Yeah.
he gets pulled into the wall by that zombie construction worker.
Yeah.
brutal.
So messed up. That scene sticks with you, doesn't it?
Big time. So unexpected.
And it's not just any zombie, right? It's a construction worker.
Right.
Adds this layer of, like, disturbing reality to the whole supernatural horror thing.
For sure. Like a reminder that evil can be lurking anywhere, even in the most ordinary places.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even just some random construction worker, is it?
What do you mean?
It's like the movie's hinting that the house has this dark history. Like maybe the gate's been opened before.
Oh, interesting. So this construction worker could have been a victim of some previous demonic shenanigans.
Exactly. It's like the evil they're dealing with that's been there for a while, deeply rooted in the house.
Oh, that's creepy. Adds a whole other layer to it. So where were we? Oh, yeah, Al trying to fight off the mini demons with the stereo.
Right. So badass. But sadly, not enough.
She gets dragged off, right?
Yeah. By that same construction worker zombie. Poor Al.
I know, it's too bad because she really does try to fight back, you know? She's not just some helpless victim. She tries to stand up to these things.
I agree. And then there's that super creepy scene where the demon touches Glenn's hand
Oh,
and
yeah.
leaves an eye in his palm.
Ugh, chills, right? What do you think that was all about? Seriously. It's one of those moments that just messes with your head. Like, does it mean Glenn's connected to the demonic realm now?
That'd be right.
Is it like a mark of corruption? Or maybe a source of power? The movie doesn't really tell you.
I kind of like that, though. Leaves it open to interpretation.
Yeah, it adds to the mystery of the whole thing. It's like, even if you survive this, you're changed forever.
Mm-hmm.
But then, in the middle of all this chaos, Glenn has that sudden realization, right?
About
The rocket.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'd forgotten about the rocket. He finally figures out what's going on.
Right, Terry and Al, they're like the two human sacrifices.
Oh, wow, yeah. To fully open the gate.
And he's desperately trying to figure out a way to stop it.
Right.
And that's when he sees the rocket.
A toy rocket. Seems a little out there, doesn't it? Considering what he's up against.
Right. But when you think about it, that rocket kind of represents everything those demons aren't.
What do you mean?
It's like a symbol of childhood innocence.
Okay. Hope. Imagination. Like a reminder that there's still good in the world, even in the face of all this darkness.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like a symbol of everything the demons are trying to destroy.
Exactly. So it's not just some random toy. It's actually a pretty important part of the story.
I see what you mean.
So Glenn grabs this rocket,
Mm-hmm.
turns it into this makeshift weapon, and he's racing against time to launch it before the gate opens completely. The house is falling apart around him, and this massive serpentine demon emerges from all the wreckage.
Talk about a visual spectacle.
Intense, right?
Yeah.
It's the culmination of all that evil that's been building up throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the demon does something totally unexpected.
What?
Kind of pats Glenn on the head.
Really? That's weird.
It's so weird, right? Like, what was that about? Almost feels anticlimactic after all that buildup.
Yeah, I can see that.
Some people think it's like the demon's just messing with him.
Like, look at this kid trying to stop me with the toy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But others think it's more like a moment of recognition.
Recognition.
Like the demon sees something in Glenn, maybe even like respects his courage.
Huh. That's interesting. So we're left wondering, what was that demon thinking?
Exactly.
Mhm.
And it adds to the whole unsettling feeling of the movie. Even after this big showdown, we still don't really know what the demon wants or what it represents.
Makes you think. But Glenn, he doesn't just stand there and take it, does he?
Nope. He remembers that eye the demon left in his hand.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering what was going to happen with that.
He stabs it.
Whoa!
And then he uses his, battery-powered rocket launcher thing to attack the demon.
No way. Does it work?
It does. The demon explodes, the darkness goes away, and the gate seems to close.
Wow. So they actually win?
Well, kind of. It's a classic good versus evil victory.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel completely happy. You know what I mean?
I think so. Why not?
The house is totally wrecked. And the whole experience, it gotta leave some scars, right?
For sure. And it's not like all the evil is completely gone, is it?
Nope. Remember that shot at the end? The construction worker's hat lying in the rubble?
Oh, yeah. Subtle but creepy.
It's like a reminder that those forces of evil, they might be quiet for now, but they're never truly gone. Classic horror movie ending.
Leaves you feeling uneasy. Like, is the gate really closed for good? Or is it just a matter of time?
Exactly. So, yeah, they might have won this round, but the fight's not over.
Man, the gate. It's a trip.
It is. It's got all those classic horror elements, monsters, suspense, cool special effects. But it's more than just that,
Oh, for sure.
It makes you think about some deeper stuff, too, like the consequences of curiosity, the power of belief.
And the whole idea that sometimes, even when you survive something terrible, it stays with you.
Definitely. The Gate isn't just another cheesy 80s horror movie. It's actually pretty profound in a way.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what really gets me about The Gate?
Yeah.
It's not even the monsters or the special effects or those crazy suspenseful parts.
Oh, really? What is it then?
It's the ending. It just sticks with you, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's not exactly your typical happy ending, is it?
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's like the movie saying, hey, just closing the gate doesn't make everything okay.
Yeah, it leaves you with that feeling like something's not quite right.
Exactly. Like a part of that darkness is still there,
Lingering.
Even though the characters survived this whole ordeal, they're changed by it. Scars,
Yeah. Makes it more effective as a horror movie, I think. Doesn't give you those easy answers, those tidy resolutions.
Totally. And that's why it still works today, I think. Decades later, it taps into those fears we all have. The unknown, the darkness, the idea that we can't control everything. Sometimes the things we try to control, they backfire.
Yeah, good point. Curiosity can be dangerous.
Right. But even with all the darkness, all the scary stuff, there's still a glimmer of hope in the movie.
How so?
Glenn,
Yeah.
He's brave.
Yeah.
He wants to save his friends. And he really believes in that little toy rocket of his.
Yeah, he never gives up, even when things look really bad.
Exactly. It's like a reminder that even in the darkest times, there's still hope.
Mm-hmm. The human spirit, right? It's pretty resilient.
I love that about the movie. And the special effects, man, those creatures, so impressive, especially for that time.
Yeah. Those were all practical effects too, right?
Stop motion animation, puppets, makeup.
Really added to the creepiness, didn't it? Made it feel more real.
Totally. It's like they put so much effort into every detail.
Even those little finger demons.
Ugh, don't get me started on those. So gross.
They were everywhere.
Speaking of memorable, what about that shot of the giant demon coming out of the backyard?
Oh, man. That was epic. Pure nightmare fuel.
It's like this perfect blend of childhood fear and just this vast cosmic horror.
Things we can't even understand, right? That's what really gets to us.
So true. It's easy to write off The Gate as just another 80s horror movie, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah, it's got layers.
It's scary, it's funny, it makes you think.
Great characters, great story.
And that ending, man, stays with you.
Definitely worth a watch, even all these years later.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into The Gate, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of film. Until next time, keep those reels rolling.